right, thank you everybody for joining us on another edition of Extreme Health Radio. Feels weird to do an intro when it's just me. Actually, I have my wife here, Kate, today for the first time. We're broadcasting worldwide from Southern California, and it's a great day here. We just got done walking our dog down at the beach. That was nice. This is episode number 72, so if you want to check out the show page, it is extremehealthradio.com/72. And feel free to follow us on Facebook as well. Follow our community on there. Got lots of stuff going on every day. That is extremehealthradio.com/Facebook. And if you ever have any questions for me, just email them to me, Justin at extremehealthradio.com, or you could call our voicemail line, which is 949-391-7363. And this show is brought to you by Amazon.com. If you ever purchase or make purchases from Amazon, you don't have to buy anything health related at all. You can still support the show that way, and we'll get a little commission for your order. And you can do that every single time that you place an order on Amazon. Just go to extremehealthradio.com/Amazon and bookmark that page. And then you can use that page to purchase there, and we'll get a little commission. So that will help support our work. And today's a little bit different show, Free for All Friday. First of all, it's not even Friday. And it's Sunday, actually. And my wife, Kate, is joining us in the studio. Hey, Kate.
Hey, Justin. Kind of weird. It's kind of cool.
It's cool and weird at the same time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is there anything else I need to get through here? I don't know. I don't think so. We've got lots of great stuff on this show today. It's going to be a packed show. So what's going on, Kate?
Oh, hanging out.
This, that, and the other?
Yeah, it's finally a sunny day here, which is awesome.
Totally. Is it weird to be on the mic?
It's weird to be on the mic. It's fancy and I like it.
It's cool, huh?
I like this mic. I'm just, I just feel so grateful that we got so many donations in order to be able to get this mic, and
totally
stoked to be joining you. I'm super stoked.
I know, it's cool. I'm really, really happy about that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where it all goes.
I know. We had a couple big donations. It was so nice of people, wasn't it?
Oh, man. Bunch of people. It's been a big blessing.
Totally.
Feel like it's going to, I don't know, just enable us to be able to do what we love to do and get the word out to people about just all that we know and that we're learning about at the same time. It's going to be quite a journey. It's
cool that here in the office, it's almost like a full studio, huh?
Yeah. Who thought when we moved into this place it'd be like it was a bedroom, a kid's bedroom. Now it's like Extreme Health Radio headquarters.
Totally. It's funny, huh?
Yeah, I like it.
That's funny. Whenever I listen to shows on the radio, I always think, I always imagine what their studio looks like and what their, what it all looks like in their studio. But
totally.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it. We're all fancy.
Totally. So, let's see. We got a lot of stuff to get to today. What do we got here? We've got some listener emails.
Cool.
Let's see here. Going through the notes. Let's see here. Oh, you didn't get a chance to listen to, well, obviously you wouldn't have, what's his name? Augenus Vonderplanitz.
I haven't heard that one yet, but.
Have I told you about the thyroid shake that he makes?
No.
Have I not told you about that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe a while ago. What is it?
It's amazing. It's this like...
Sounds scary.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not your morning smoothie, that's for sure. No, it has to do with resetting your thyroid gland, because you know how everyone's on this like thyroid medication and things.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay, so it's 1 tablespoon cow brain. Huh?
Yum.
1 tablespoon cow thyroid.
Okay.
1 tablespoon adrenal gland.
Even better.
And if you're a man, 1 tablespoon of testicle.
Oh gosh. Huh? Who thought this was a good idea?
Augenus. And then if you're a woman, it's 1 tablespoon of an ovary.
Really? That's gross, but it makes sense, kind of.
Yeah, it makes sense. But what if you're like Cher's daughter?
Oh no, Chaz,
what do you do? Half testicle, half ovary? 1 tablespoon lung, 2 tablespoons liver, 8 ounces of raw goat milk, and 2 tablespoons of raw honey. A tablespoon's a lot, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Is that like a spoonful?
Yeah.
Is that like a tablespoon?
It's like a regular spoon.
Okay.
Like you'd have like for measuring any kind of liquid, probably.
Okay, so I guess 2 tablespoons of raw honey, that would sweeten it up, I guess, right?
Yeah. Sweeten up the good old ovary and cow brain.
Oh, testicle.
Ugh.
So apparently that is a drink that it's all raw, I guess. Raw goat milk, raw honey, and everything else is raw. But apparently that resets your thyroid and completely resets it for, I think it's like a year.
Serious?
Isn't that wild?
Does he do it? How often does he do it then?
I don't know. I think you do it once a year.
Wow.
Can you imagine? That's weird. It's weird to take like one thing and have it affect your body for an entire year.
How do you get all those parts? Where do you even get those? You don't go into your typical grocery store and ask them in the deli for a cow brain or a cow ovary, please.
I like one testicle. Do I have a testicle?
They look at you cross-eyed.
Oh, totally. Wouldn't that be wild?
Yeah.
I think you can get them at different... there's like a place online called Miller's Organic, or is it Miller's Farms? But you can get this stuff, and you can also get it from... What's the place we go to?
The meat house?
The meat house.
Oh.
Yeah, because they can special order any gland or organ you want.
So any organ?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Wonder how often they get a request for that kind of stuff.
Would you want to do some of that?
Put me on the spot here. I don't know. That might take some warming up. I might have to warm up to that idea. Would you do it?
Oh, gosh. I would. Well, how much would that make? That's the question. I mean, if it's enough for like a shot glass, maybe.
Oh. Well, you've eaten cow brain, haven't you? Or something?
Oh, yeah, I had cow brain.
Where was that?
Yeah, I was in Hungary.
Oh, how'd that go over?
It was good. It was weird. It kind of like it was like a cotton candy almost. It like melted in your mouth.
I guess
good.
if you have anything seasoned right, you could probably do a shot of anything. But yeah, I don't know. That's pretty gnarly. Yeah,
but you know what? I would totally do that over a Synthroid or whatever the people take. For their thyroid, they take that medication.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'd try everything before that.
Yeah, me too.
Oh man.
Hopefully we don't have to put our money where our mouth is. But
yeah, he's crazy. He's not crazy. Like, I don't know if it's that weird to eat raw meat and raw animal products like he does, but
it's probably not. It's just cultural that we're not used to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're just not used to it, are we?
No, but it's funny what you become used to when you just kind of add it to your... I mean, I've... knowing me, being the pasta addict and all those things all those years, like, it's wild that I've changed as much as I have, and now, we're downing clay in our smoothies and eating enzymes before breakfast. Things I never thought.
What'd you have for breakfast this morning?
An enzyme. What'd you have?
I had some clay. I had a little bit of clay.
And it's not too far from the truth.
Yeah. I had some urine and some clay.
Good times.
Good times, yeah.
A year ago, I was making French toast and waffles, but that's okay.
Now I have urine and clay. It's so funny.
With some cow ovary sprinkled on it.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's like that. We always make fun of people that eat the placenta.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. Might not be that far off from what's actually good for people, but...
That's wild. Let me go onto our website and see who else was on this week. I think we had... Was this the week that we had a lot of cancellations?
Yeah.
Or was it last week? It was this week, right?
This past week, yeah.
Okay, let's see. We have quite a few... I think Augenus. Oh, and then we had Nick Stern.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Stern from Sun Warrior. He was really cool.
Yeah.
He was episode number 71, and he's I remember I was telling you about him. He's like 60 years old. Yeah,
I saw his picture. He's an amazing fountain of youth.
Isn't it crazy how, like I was telling you after the show, how crazy it is that people now at 60 are so, it's like the new 40 almost.
Yeah. No, it really is.
If you take care of yourself.
Right.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
He looks so good.
He looks so good.
He's 6 feet, 200 pounds. I think he's 195 or 200 pounds.
Is he really?
At like 6% body fat.
Whew.
Guy's just ripped.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, he was good. He was a good show. He does the Sun Warrior protein. And if you guys have never tried that, he's the owner of that company. And we sell that. You can check out any of the links at the bottom of our website if you want to check it out. Or you could just go to extremehealthradio.com/warrior and it'll redirect you over to his company where you can purchase that stuff if you're interested. I really like that stuff. And we're going to get
it's tasty.
The Warrior Blend next.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff.
I think tomorrow we're going to go pick it up.
It's pea protein, cranberry, and
vanilla
and something else. So 3 different kinds of protein.
Yeah.
And then before that we had Rick Simpson. Interesting guy, getting a lot of interesting stuff about him. I was actually watching, I don't know if I told you, I was watching a podcast with Joe Rogan the other day, and the jiu-jitsu guy that I really like, Eddie Bravo.
Yeah.
He was talking about someone that's a part of his 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu system flew in from some other state, because in some other state you can't, you know how each state's different with the laws, you can't get access to the oil. So he came to California, and he had, I mean, this is totally anecdotal because I just heard this on a podcast, but he had like all these brain tumors and was given, I think, like a month to live. And it was like, 4 months later, all the tumors were gone. Isn't that crazy?
Man.
Just by this hemp oil.
This stuff's really hard to get, huh?
Yeah, you could get it online, or you could, you just have to make it. If you can get the seeds and grow the seeds in your house, you can make it.
Yeah.
Which would be cool.
Stuff's life-changing, huh?
Yeah, totally. Let's see, what else we got here? I got lots of stuff. So recently we have heard some stuff from one of our friends on Facebook who's been going through a lot of digestive issues, and it seems like it's all the same stuff. Isn't that crazy that you're dealing with? Man,
I was just reading her stuff, and I felt like I resonated with every single thing she has written lately. Mm-hmm. My digestion's been shot for, the last probably 7-8 years, and I had no idea the journey that the road this would take me down, rather, I guess.
Crazy,
It's a wild journey, but yeah, this week was pretty eye-opening, I think, as far as what half my problem is.
Yeah, because we're going to do the cleanses and all kinds of stuff. For those who don't know, we are considering working towards getting pregnant, but we wanted to do some cleanses first. So that's kind of precipitated all of this.
Right.
But yeah, let me read to her post.
Yeah, it's wild.
Should I read the whole thing?
Yeah, read it, because I had no idea. I mean, this is all new to me, and probably a lot of people already know about this stuff, but...
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a really good post.
There's some cool things. Okay, she writes, here's what I think has contributed to my very unlovely health problems as of late, and what I'm doing to change the dilemma. Too many carbs. Although I never ate crap food, I was eating mostly vegetables and also grains. This made me sick because carbs are essentially sugar, which has been shown over and over to cause health issues such as an imbalanced gut flora and insulin resistance. I cut out all carbs for a couple of weeks, and I immediately started sleeping at night, curing my long-time insomnia. I also stopped experiencing the carb spikes throughout the day. Phytic acid, this is the big one.
Phytic acid.
Our friend Phytic acid.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
Love it. All right, trail mix was my favorite snack. I ate some grains such as quinoa, brown rice, corn tortillas for my veggie tacos. But wait, aren't these healthy? Not if they contain phytic acid. See my post below. I cut out all nuts and grains from my diet. My digestive system is slowly healing. That's crazy.
Holy cow.
Yeah, you know what? I have a link here. Let me get the link.
Never even heard of phytic acid.
Yeah, and it's funny. I had heard of it, but I just never really did anything about it. But
we always think some kinds of acids are good. We take hydrochloric acid. You have no idea. I mean, A, I've never heard it, and B, I didn't know that it was detrimental to some health problems.
Totally. Okay, so here we go. I'm on Weston A. Price's website, and they have an article about phytic acid, and they talk about phytic acid and you. Sounds like it should be a book. Phytic acid and you.
That makes it sound so happy.
I know.
Phytic acid and you.
What's your relationship with phytic acid? Rice. So this kind of messed you up because...
Yeah, my story, I went gluten-free about, I guess it'll be almost 2 years ago. And when you supplement everything, take out the gluten, almost everything's made out of brown rice flour, any kind of rice flour.
Right.
Potato starches, potato products, corn. But rice, I mean, I've been living off of rice the last 2 years thinking I've been doing a way better thing for my body, only to find that I've been seemingly messed up more almost, or just as much as when I ate the gluten.
Yeah, because you were doing pasta. What else? Like brown rice pizza every now and then?
Yeah, occasionally brown rice gluten-free pizzas. Definitely the brown rice pasta. Just brown rice. I'd throw veggies sauteed on there.
Right.
Brown rice, everything. When I cook, when I do occasional baked goods for desserts for people, it's always the brown rice flours.
Gosh, it's so crazy because you think you're doing yourself good.
Yeah, little did I know.
Yeah, that's crazy. And the other thing, nuts. Let's see. Obviously, the nuts that are high are
almonds.
Almonds, right?
Was it Brazil nuts?
Yeah, Brazil nuts, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Coconut flour.
Yeah, that one blows my mind.
Coconut flour. And it says here it's best to avoid nut butters. I was doing a lot of almond butter.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I wasn't doing the almond butters as much as I've been adding almonds into my diet lately. I've been feeling horrible, as well as every day you and I were scooping out those coconuts, putting those in our smoothies. And
right. The thing is we should have been soaking the almonds.
Right.
Soak the almonds and dehydrate them and then either cook them or keep them that way.
Yeah.
Beans. A lot of beans that are high in phytic acid.
And there again, you think you're doing your, I always felt like I needed something filling, a little bit of protein. That
totally
always messes with me. But.
Yeah. Tubers. Let's see. Are those? Let's see. What are? It doesn't say. It says the phytic acid content of arrowroot is unknown. But what is arrowroot? I never eat arrowroot.
I don't actually know what arrowroot is, but it's in a ton of the gluten-free flours mixes that I bake with. It's always like brown rice flour, arrowroot. Dude, potato starch, tapioca starch.
You're getting a double dose because it's brown rice plus arrowroot.
No kidding.
Yeah, all bread, oats, seeds, corn. Let's see. And then, so let's see. What are some of the effects of, or what do you call it?
Side effects?
Side effects of eating foods high in phytic acid.
Well, if I'm basing it off of what I read, our friend posted that I resonate with, it's just whenever I eat those, which I've been eating a lot of those foods, I will immediately have within 10 minutes, feel super puffy and bloated, stomach cramps, just intestinal discomfort. It's like to where it knocks me flat. I have to lay down.
Yeah. I
don't feel good really ever. I only feel good when I wake up in the morning on an empty stomach. And the minute I would eat anything involving those products, whether it be coconut, almonds, anything that I had no idea that was in.
That's crazy.
Messed up.
Yeah, because I've been having the same kind of issues lately, and it's funny. I knew about that, but I never really thought about. I don't know why. It's crazy because every raw food dish is nut based. There's a lot of raw food dishes that has corn in there,
right?
And I'm sure it's the healthier corn. It's not the genetically modified corn, but it's still got corn and nuts.
Right.
And gosh, it's crazy.
I know.
I wonder if they're soaking the nuts and dehydrating them. And
I think at some of those fancy raw food restaurants, like the ones we've been to, I mean, you'd think they're pretty aware. I think they're pretty on that kind of stuff, but.
Oh, you know what? Another thing that phytic acid does, she says here, the phytic acid kept my body from absorbing the much needed 30-some minerals completely necessary to stay alive. I thought, well, yeah, there are 92 minerals, but she says 30-some minerals necessary. So maybe you need 30 to stay alive.
Well, we've been getting those apparently because here we are.
Yeah, because here we are. Apparently we're alive.
You sure? Might be an illusion.
That's true. That's topic for another show.
That's topic for another Friday.
I began eating grass-fed, sustainably raised meat, which is loaded with minerals. I've been taking mineral clay. All right, Marva. So it's interesting. When I saw that, my first thought was in our blood test, Dr. Massey said that I was low in minerals. And I'm thinking like...
You're the most mineralized person I would have thought.
Yeah, we do
know.
green juices. I drink, what's that?
Mineral clay.
Yeah, mineral-rich clay. We do wheatgrass, all kinds of stuff. And
right.
And so apparently phytic acid, what it does is it prevents your body from absorbing these minerals. Crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it makes sense because I get a little bit of gray in my beard.
Huh.
And I think that's a lack of...
It's a mineral deficiency, right?
Yeah, it's a certain kind of mineral that you're not absorbing. And it just makes sense because I've been eating nuts and everything like that for the last 6 years.
I'm sure it causes a myriad of side effects. Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that we don't even know about.
Because what we need to do is just hire someone to just have all our nuts and like take the skins off, soak them,
Our nutmonger.
Yeah, full time, 40 hours a week.
Then you've made it in the world if you can afford to hire a full-time nut manager.
A nut manager. Someone comes to your kitchen. Oh, she's our nut manager.
We don't have house cleaners. We have nut managers.
Don't mind her. Okay.
They think we are nuts.
They think we are nuts. Okay, cool. We got to run a short break for the Bellicon rebounder. Let's see. Awesome machine. Okay, here we go. Let's do this, and we'll be right back after this break. So rebounding is, in my mind, one of the best ways to detoxify your lymphatic system, and it's the only exercise on earth that will actually detoxify your lymphatic system. And your lymph system is responsible for storing toxins and chemicals and poisons that you're exposed to. And there's no pump for the lymph system. It doesn't have a heart, so you have to move it up and down, and it's filled with millions of one-way valves that get squeezed and pushed and opened and closed every time you jump. And we feel like we found the best rebounder on the market today. It's the Rolls Royce of rebounding. It's called the Bellicon. And I highly stand behind this product. It's absolutely amazing. If you want to hear what some of our guests said about it, check them out on our store. You can listen to what a lot of our guests have said about rebounding and the Bellicon in particular. So a lot of times people will go on the rebounder with oxygen for cancer if they're really sick. And it's one of the most powerful things you can do to cleanse your body and to exercise every single cell in your body, every organ in your body. It's the only internal organ exercise you could do. And it's absolutely incredible. It also helps to rebuild bone density because of the up and down motion, the G-force that gets applied to every cell of your body, and it tightens and tones your body, and it's just really great aerobic exercise. And the Bellicon is made with straps, these bungee cords instead of springs, so it's silent and they have a warranty on it. It's the best rebounder on the market today. So if you're in the market for one, I would highly recommend just saving up and getting the Bellicon, because there's no other rebounder on the market that's better than this thing. I firmly believe that. So if you're interested in it, check it out, extremehealthradio.com/Bellicon. That's B as in boy, ELLICON. And you can learn more about it and watch the videos on that page too. So thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoy your rebounder, and we'll catch you on the next episode. All right, we're having a good time here on the Free For All Friday show, which is happening on Sunday.
This is fun.
It's cool, huh?
I like it.
Yeah, it's a real cool dynamic, and
yeah,
I'm having fun.
Me too.
It's cool.
Thanks for thanks for inviting me.
Oh, yeah.
To come hang out with my own microphone.
Yeah, no, it's cool, because I feel like we should have a microphone with some of the conversations we have, just on our walks and things.
Yeah.
I feel like, man, we need to be recording this. This is really cool.
I know. It'd be cool for us to have ourselves to just trap some of those important conversations and unique ideas.
Oh, totally.
I know. Just walk around with these all day.
Just with a microphone on us?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Down to the beach.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Grocery store.
So the other day, you joined my friend Brian and I on a run.
Whew.
That was pretty cool.
That was intense.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. How many stairs was that,
Oh, gosh. I don't even know. Maybe
50?
50
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the stairs go up at almost like a 45-degree angle, huh? Like really steep.
Straight up a cliff from the beach.
Yeah, it's really cool. And we do, let's see, I run up them, and then I run down, and then my friend Brian goes, and he runs down. So it's about a minute in between each run, and it's been really cool cardio for me. Because I feel like I need to do more cardio. And we brought Maggie down, and
Maggie puppy.
That was cool.
I walked her down with the boys, thinking I was just going to hang out, and I was like halfway through, I can't let them show me up. I'm going to take a couple shots of this. I think I got to what, 4 or 5?
Yeah, I think you got to about
sets of 50.
5. But then you went all the way to the top, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go big or go home.
That's right.
That's right. It's always been my motto.
That's awesome.
That was pretty funny though. We handed off the wiener dog at the bottom. Somebody stayed with her at all times. It was pretty funny. It's
pretty crazy because you get about 15 or 20 seconds in between when Brian and I were going, about 15 or 20 seconds of rest before you go again. And I like that. I like that, the whole idea of doing short, intense exercise like that, especially cardio. I just feel like it's probably better on my heart too than constant pounding and all that. That's
what we've read and heard and talked to people about. And
yeah,
it does seem like that's the way that we're intended, not these long drawn out, you know, I mean, that's great if people feel like that works for them. I feel better when I do the short bursts of cardio, and it felt really good. It almost felt like spring was in the air. You're getting out, you're changing up your workout routine.
Oh yeah. It's so cool.
It's challenging though. Whew.
Yeah. We're going to go again on Monday. If you want to join us.
I will be joining you. I'm not going to let you stand me up again, or show me up, I guess, not stand me up.
So funny. Yeah, that we've been doing that. So I've been doing the workouts Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at the gym, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday doing that. But then I was thinking the other day, how are we going to fit yoga back in?
That is something I was just telling you all week, that I just am feeling so like I need to get back into the hot yoga. And I love it. It's just carving the time. I don't understand these days. Just they go way too fast.
They go fast.
It's hard.
Yeah, I guess we could talk about it later. It'd just be cool to figure out. It'd be cool to have like 2 days. How many days do you want to do yoga?
I mean, 2, ideally 3, if we can get our act together.
Yeah. Yeah. That yoga is so amazing.
That yoga is the best. Some of our friends opened up a yoga studio and here in San Clemente, and man, it has been a big blessing. It's the hot yoga. I didn't know how I was going to feel about that at first, but aren't you loving it when we go?
It's so amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like when you're doing it, you feel like it's a really intense workout.
Yeah.
Because you're sweating and you're breathing heavy. But then afterwards, you feel like you just had a massage. It's the weirdest thing. Yeah,
you're euphoric. I am. I don't know about you, but I get out of there. I feel like it's like I've been at a day spa, which is so contradictory to what you just did. You worked out really hard, but you feel like you didn't. It's the strangest.
Yeah,
that's why it's gaining popularity, really.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
So let me go back and read a couple more of those foods that are high in phytic acid. If you're eating foods that are high in phytic acid, you may want to consider, I don't know, removing them, because we've been doing a phytate-free diet, right?
Yeah, what are we on, day 5 now? Phytate-free.
Phytate-free.
Because we didn't know the strawberries contained
that's
phytates. Right. That was surprising to me. Nuts, seeds, sure, all that kind of made sense. But
if you go to a restaurant, you can just tell the waiter, I'm on a phytate-free diet.
Gluten-free, phytate-free.
Like, what the
What
heck?
else free?
What is
raw
that?
Vegan.
I'm raw vegan.
Try to give me something.
Is there anything I could eat here?
He'd bring us a plate of air.
So sesame seed flour are really high. Brazil nuts, almonds, tofu, linseed. I don't know what that is, dude.
I don't either.
Linseed.
I've heard of it. I just don't know what that is.
Pinto beans, soy protein concentrate, corn, peanuts, wheat flour, and then here we go. Figure 2, Brazil nuts, cocoa powder. But see, this is the thing, as I was telling you, I wish they'd, if it's raw fermented, I wonder if there's still phytates on it.
Yeah, I don't know. We got to do some research into that.
Brown rice, oat flakes. Gosh, everything has it. It's all beans and seeds. It seems like coconut, corn, entire coconut meat. I'm wondering about the coconut water, if that has phytates in there.
Yeah, I'd love to know.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Because that still is amazing to add to our smoothies, and
Is Maggie underneath there?
No, Maggie went away.
She went away. So I always feel like I'm gonna run her over with my chair.
Well, she is about 6 inches off the ground, so that's pretty easy to do.
I feel like I'm gonna like hear a squeal.
Oh, Maggie. We should get her own mic and her headset. I'm sure she'd have a lot to say on the subject.
That would be funny.
Phytate free.
Yeah, she eats phytate free.
She's a phytate free dog.
Yeah. No, but phytates, so bloating, lack of minerals. What else?
Trying to think.
Prevents mineral absorption, bloating, all kinds of digestive issues it causes people.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Never even heard of it.
I know.
It's been a life-changing week for me. I feel like I had this just revelation as far as that being exposed to me. I really was surprised I'd never even heard of that before. And on my, my journey in the last couple of years of really getting serious about my health. And it's shocking I'd never even heard that word.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I'd known about it, but I never really equated. I just thought phytates were like in just a handful of foods, and any foods that I did eat that were high in phytates, I figured, oh, it's not that big of a deal because I don't eat that many of those foods. But when I started realizing that they're in a lot of the foods that I eat, and they cause all these digestive issues, like I just thought, it would cause a minor stomach issue, and my stomach's not that bad, so
right.
But I think it's a lot bigger than that.
Well, you had a couple weeks ago where you were feeling it every day, and we were wondering what the heck was going on.
Yeah, wild.
I know. Yeah, I consume a bunch of those daily, and no wonder I was always all messed up.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. So have you been feeling? Yeah, you've been feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's been 5 days, and I feel like a different person already. I can't believe it. I can't even.
That's cool.
Tell you.
That's
well,
really
you've
cool.
seen me. I mean, I haven't been hunkered over or complaining about my stomach as much.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Laying on the floor flat, unable to talk.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's how bad you can feel though when that kind of stuff hits you. It's just miserable.
It's funny, on our email list, if you ever want to sign up, you can do so on our website. But in that very first email, I asked people to write back. I say, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you write back and let me know what kind of health concerns, kind of health issues that you're having? And I ask them, just tell me what you're dealing with, because I want to know what our audience is dealing with, so that we could
address some of that,
address it, and talk to people who deal with that kind of stuff. And it's so many people say digestive issues. It's crazy.
Gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
It's so weird. Like I went through all my life until my early 20s probably when I met you. I mean, even when we were dating at the beginning, we were eating just crap food, and you can get away with it for so long. But I feel like the last 7-8 years is when I got hit hard. And then when I mention it to people, probably half the people agree with me that they either have had those symptoms or have them daily. And I realize how many frustrated people there are.
Yeah.
Just like me. It makes you feel not alone, but it's wild.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
It's a really big deal. And when your digestion's off, like your whole world's off. You just can't feel good about anything you do, anything you eat. I mean, for me, trying to go to work and feeling like that is just a nightmare.
Yeah. I remember we were talking a while back. It just takes your will away.
Yeah.
Like all you want to do is just lay down.
That is the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah. It's weird too, because we keep talking about why this is happening to us with digestive issues, but I feel good that we know about it now.
Yeah.
Early on in our life, and I think it has to do with the fact that we're cleaner.
Yeah.
And so the food we eat now affects us more.
Right.
It's crazy, because if you had started out eating this way as a child, you would realize it's sort of like your peanut allergy. Like you have this instant reaction, right, to peanuts, but so you avoid peanuts at all costs now. But if we had a reaction like we're having now, it's not as bad as peanuts, but it's still a reaction to something. If we eat something with phytates, if we had that our whole life, we would never have eaten those foods.
Right.
But the problem is that our stomachs get so clogged up and gummed up, and then we're unable to feel anything.
Right.
And then as a result of that, we can eat something and not really feel what the damage is.
Right. So now the feeling is the blessing. I think we were talking about that. And I know our friend on Facebook that, brought the whole phytate thing to life for me had posted something this morning about that. How, so often I feel like I'm complaining. Why is this happening to me? Why do I feel like this all the time? I eat so clean, blah, blah, blah. And I'm realizing that is the blessing that I'm feeling that way, because 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't even be able to feel that way, to know my body was off. So like she said, I'm just trying to take it all in a new way and actually appreciate that I'm feeling cruddy.
Yeah, you have
if
to
that makes sense.
Switch your mind completely around.
You do. And then you start looking at life different. You look at your diet, you look at it as an opportunity more than a plague.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because you look at things and you eat something and you feel really bad, and you think, oh, I'm eating such a good diet. Why do I feel so horrible? But it's really a blessing if you think about it the opposite way. Right,
because we're cleaner and we're able to actually absorb our feelings and
our food,
have it manifest and show us how we are actually internally.
Right.
And that affects you in so many other ways, mentally, emotionally.
Yeah, it's wild.
It is wild.
Yeah.
But here I was all these years thinking, the last couple of years thinking I'm doing right about the gluten thing, and and that still is right. But what I was adding in place of it, I thought I was still getting away with that. And
yeah.
Now I'm back to square one, but it feels good in the last week to know that you start craving more too of what you, like I think I was telling you too, it's like I almost have become addicted now to a feeling instead of the food. Like 5 years ago, eating pasta, to me, you're addicted to the pasta. I couldn't get enough pasta or wine or, whatever it was that you like to enjoy yourself with. And then now you realize how good you feel. If I can replace the feeling, the craving, the addiction to the food.
Replace the food with the feeling.
With the feeling. Become addicted to how I feel after I eat well. That is the best addiction in the world.
Yeah.
It's a healthy addiction.
Because then if you could retrain your body to be addicted, I guess it's never good to be addicted to anything, but if you could, retrain your body to be addicted to the food, to the healthy food, then that's good, because it's sort of like me now. I mean, I'm somewhat like that, where I'll look at a pizza and I think, oh, it looks good. It looks like, it would taste amazing, but I'd be in the emergency room. I'd be like, I'd have to call 911 if I ate that.
They're like, what happened to you, sir? I ate a piece of pizza.
I ate a slice of pizza.
They wouldn't know what to do with you.
What, is this weird?
Is this unique?
No, but it's like, I look at that and I know that if I ate that, it would just wreck me. So I'm not even tempted.
It's just not worth it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm still on that journey, but I'm becoming way more on the same path you are.
Yeah. And so what kind of other things you're working on? Your fibroid, right? And your digestion? Oh,
my digestion. My
fibroid and me.
My fibroid and me. We should make a kid story.
For all the little girls out there.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, hopefully we could, and then we could spare them the problems I've had. But yeah, the fibroid issue is interesting. I'm still trying to knock that down, obviously all the way, but quite a bit. Like this morning, I was having pain with that. It's not fun. I'm sure a lot of women out there have fibroids. Fibroid, digestion. I'm still trying to work on my blood sugar level. Not that I know that's... Oh, my heavy metal content.
Oh, right.
Just overall cleansing. I really need to do a liver... Oh, a detox. Oh, the liver, gallbladder, flush.
Oh, yeah.
That is going to...
Because you have... Well, you don't really have gallstones, do you? Or do you?
Well, I don't know. I have some issues going on with that.
Yeah, we got to do some of that liver cleansing.
Yeah, big time.
Did you watch all 3 of those videos I sent?
I watched 2 of them last night.
Okay. Yeah, that guy was pretty good, wasn't he?
Yeah. What was that called?
I'll put the link to the website on this show page.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, that's because I think it's important for you being in your salon working with around all the heavy metals that way.
Oh man. I have a lot of detoxing to do before I'm going to feel like I'm at a place where I'm in optimal shape.
Right.
Yeah, all those chemicals all these years is just, ugh.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel for me too. Like a lot of people I've done hair with over the years. They're out of it, or they're always talking about how they can't. If they went back to doing hair, they'd have to do cuts only, no colors, because of how it's caused them health problems.
Well, then too, you have to make sure that it wouldn't do much good if you're doing cuts only, but you're in a salon that does the Brazilian blowout and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because then you're still exposed just as much. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just being in the salon environment. I think the only healthy way to be a hairstylist is to obviously, ideally, cut only and be in a place where you're by yourself, where you have control over your surroundings.
Yeah, if you can completely control the surroundings, I think...
which is, idealistic, but it'd be awesome.
It's just amazing, isn't it, when you look at all the things that we're exposed to? I mean, you have to take control of every area of your life, like your environment, your work environment, your sleep environment, because almost everything we do is unhealthy, just if you do it the standard way.
Right.
And it's wild that, like, you really have to kind of clean up and shore up every area of your life where you spend significant amount of time in,
Right. Well, I know on our list too, significant time, obviously everyone sleeps a ton, and we've been talking about trying to be able to one day get those grounding sheets, and oh man, so much on the list.
I know, it'd be great, huh?
It'd be great.
All right, another thing that's on the list is the sauna. We're going to be getting that, I think, pretty soon. Isn't that cool?
Oh, I can't even tell you. Super excited about that sauna.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, when we sat in that at the show...
The convention,
yeah, up in Long Beach. I think I sat in there for about 5 minutes, and I was already starting to sweat.
See, that's interesting, because I sat in there like 10 minutes, and I was feeling like I was just on the verge of sweating. But that's when I know how toxic I am, honestly. Is like, I can't, you've always been a good sweater. You can go walk in the sun or sit out there for 5 minutes. It takes me like 40 times longer to start sweating. Right. And that's where I think I have problems with detoxing, and that sauna is going to be so good for me.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait.
I know. It's going to be so good. I can't wait. It's funny. Like, I don't like to look too far into the future.
Yeah.
Because it just kind of stresses you out. If you're thinking about things like bills or anything like that, or anticipating things, but I just can't stop thinking about that thing. It's going to be so cool.
I love how we talk about it like at least 40 times a day.
I know.
When we have our sauna.
Yeah, it's going to be cool because we'll be able to read a book or watch TV or whatever.
Well, that's just going to be such a huge part of both of our journey to health, detox. Yeah. Like you were saying, on the days that we really can't make time for yoga, or there's not classes offered at the times we have to sweat, we always have that option.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to make it a daily practice sitting in that thing. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be so cool. So anyway.
And it felt like a big warm blanket.
Oh, I know. And you know what I loved about it too is that it was crazy because I was telling you this earlier, I'm used to getting in a sauna and, it takes a half hour, right, to get it warm. And so you have to call, if you're staying at a hotel and you go in a sauna, you have to call.
Right.
And okay, can you turn it on now? And I'll go there in a half hour. But this thing, you turn it on and it's like going immediately.
Instant.
Isn't that cool?
Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm going to be addicted to that if there is a good addiction.
Oh, totally. Okay, we got to run this sauna ad and we'll be right back after this break. So there's no real way to avoid toxins or chemicals in our daily life. It seems like we're exposed to them no matter what we do in our lives, from paint fumes to mercury fillings, coal-fired plants, perfumes, soaps, off-gassing of carpets in our houses, and genetically modified foods, and foods that are sprayed with pesticides and herbicides, the xenoestrogens in plastics and car exhaust, secondhand smoke, even your dry cleaning and laundry detergents, even your mattresses have chemicals inside them that outgas. So getting these toxins and chemicals and poisons out of your bloodstream and out of your fat cells is going to be really critical moving forward in our society, because it seems like every year there's more and more chemicals that keep becoming introduced with new products in the market. So I would consider getting one of these far infrared saunas. We've got a great sauna developed by Phil Wilson, and I've known about his work for many, many years, and I'm so proud to be offering his sauna on our website. And he's been in this business since 1975. And this sauna is really great because it slows the aging process. It helps with weight loss and burning calories. I think you can burn like 600 calories in 15 or 20 minutes, and it helps to cleanse the skin. It improves your sleep and helps to prevent illnesses like flus and colds, as well as energizing the body. And it's great for improving blood circulation and promoting cellular renewal, as well as increasing metabolism and inducing profuse sweating. And it's really, really great. And the great thing is too, is you don't produce any lactic acid. So you can sweat without producing any of this lactic acid that you would normally produce if you lifted weights or went for a big long run. So if you're interested in this, you can check it out, extremehealthradio.com/sauna. It's great because it sets up in about 2 to 5 minutes, and it's portable and it's super easy to clean. It's got low electromagnetic field radiation coming off of it, and it produces balances energy and heat inside the sauna evenly. It's great machine. So if you're interested in sweating like this for only 15 minutes a day, it's great. It requires 0 preheating. It's got a 1-year warranty. And Phil Wilson is a great guy. We're so proud to be offering his saunas on our website. So if you're interested, check it out, extremehealthradio.com/sauna, or you could check it out in our store. And it's $990 plus $25 shipping. And that's really a good deal because many of the saunas out there, you can check them out. They're in the thousands of dollars, $2,000 to $4,000. So this is great. You can buy it through PayPal. You don't even need a PayPal account. It's 100% secure. So consider doing this if you're interested in living a long, healthy, disease-free life. So check it out, extremehealthradio.com/sauna. All right. Thanks for everybody for joining us on this edition of Extreme Health Radio, this Free for All Friday. I should have said that it's actually St. Patrick's Day today, right?
It is St. Patrick's Day.
I'm not wearing any green, but I had a green. Did I have a green smoothie? I had an avocado today.
I had an avocado too.
Yeah.
We're good to go. We're covered.
We're covered.
And we have a dog named Maggie. That's Irish. She just
That's
looked
right.
at me.
Yeah, she's Irish.
Maggie Brown. Maggie Brown Longbottom, the Irish wiener dog.
The Irish wiener dog.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
She's so cute.
We got a lot of stuff to get to. So someone wrote in a while back with, I didn't show this to you yet, but she has gallstones or kidney stones.
Ooh.
And this is pretty cool. It's a website called Renavive, RENAVIVE .com. And this is what she's taking. She's taken a lot of different things for her liver, gallbladder, stones and things. But she is now, and none of those have really helped. And apparently she has really bad case of it. I forget what her name is. But I asked her, what's the product you're taking, And she sent me this link, renavive.com, and it's for this bottle of things, and it's got this whole website. And let me show you some of the ingredients. Let's see here. I should have had this popped up already. Is
it like a stone softener, or it's like a cleanse, or do you know what it is?
It's a natural kidney cleanse.
Huh.
Chonka piedra.
Okay.
Stonebreaker. Celery seed. Bohafia diffusa. Let's see. Click here to view all ingredients. Okay, so she's got tribulus, parsley seed, all kinds of really great things in here. Celery seed extract, all kinds of things. Marshmallow root. So you may want to.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you may want to look at this product. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, because I could add that into. I'm so stoked to read what I have and been doing what I have been. I've been taking I think my Stone Free. That's what it's called that I take in that bottle, has a lot of that in there.
Does it?
Along with getting your bile flowing with the, what do I take? Sunflower lecithin. Along with a little flax oil.
Right.
And some other things.
It's funny with the flax, isn't it? Because Dr. Wong talks about how flax is one of the most estrogen forming foods.
Right.
That there is.
Right.
Which causes fibroids and things like that. So it's weird that they would say the sunflower lecithin with the flax. It's
interesting. I think that the flax, I remember reading, is for an acute onset of a gall problem, like a gallbladder attack, or I remember that there is a thing I read online where you take a spoonful of, it's supposed to be like the flax oil that you can get with the lecithin. So I've actually knocked down to not doing the flax every day. I only take it when I feel like my gallbladder is having an issue or contracting. And that does seem to, I haven't had a full-blown attack, whatever that was, since Thanksgiving of last year. But I want to look into this stuff. Send me that link.
Yeah, I'll put it on the show page in case anyone's interested in checking that out.
I'm all about that.
Renavive.com.
Renavive.com.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
How'd you find that?
Oh, just that girl that wrote in to our show. She's been, I think I've corresponded with her a few times, and she's had these a lot of different health issues, but one of them was gallstones and things like that. And so I said, is what you're doing now working? And she said, yeah, I've tried so many different products and so far it seems to be working. So I said, all right, well, send me the link to the product so I can share it with our listeners.
Did she say if in the email or whatever she wrote that it actually dissolved the stones, or that she just hasn't had the symptoms?
I think it dissolves the stones.
Interesting.
It's this whole big webpage, and they have all these different things on here, which is really cool.
Oh, I got to check that out.
Yeah.
You can get it online?
You can get it right off this website, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool looking website, and they have all kinds of cool stuff. So if you have gallstones, you may want to check that out. And they have an 800 number too, 800-913-9692. So people can check that out. Where'd Maggie go?
Maggie is wandering in and out of the room, not sure why we have these giant earphones and microphones.
She's wondering what the heck we're doing.
I know.
That's funny. So you've been reading the Emotion Code.
I have been reading the Emotion Code. My goodness.
You like it?
One of the best books I think I've ever. It takes a lot for me to get into a book, and that one I just charged it and haven't been able to put it down.
Yeah, well, you're like more than halfway through already, right?
I am. I can't wait to have him on the show.
Yeah, he's coming up. Let me go look. What's his name again? Dr. Brian Nelson?
Bradley Nelson.
Bradley Nelson. Let me go to our website.
I think that's it.
Bradley Nelson.
I see that book every day unless I'm blanking out.
Yeah, he's a really interesting guy. Is he local is he in California?
Well, I believe at some point he was, and then I believe he's now in Utah.
Oh, that's right. He's in Utah.
We'll have to ask him.
That's right. I think he is.
But yeah, that book is just an amazing eye-opener.
Yeah, Dr. Bradley Nelson, he's going to be on April 15th, tax day.
Oh, perfect day.
We love our taxes.
Love our taxes.
Yeah, he's going to be on April 15th. And so what are some of the things in that book that you like? Like what stands out?
Well, I guess personally, you and I have both been and had muscle testing of some sorts. Things were, kinesiology type stuff, things we're allergic to, things that don't assimilate well in our bodies and stuff like that. But he took that to another level I'd never heard of. You can ask your body basically what trapped emotions you're carrying around in your body that are causing you all kinds of health problems, mental problems, all kinds of problems. And then I'm just getting to the part where he tells you how you can basically set that emotion free and start regaining charge of your health and life. And a lot of that involves magnets, running magnets over your body. It's wild. Like, it's a whole new concept to me.
Well, it makes sense to me because we're all a series, at least our physical bodies are just a series of atoms and electromagnetic or electricity, and we're electrical beings. And so the idea, it's funny because I think in mainstream culture, it would be weird to think that there could be a physical manifestation of an emotional trauma that happens.
It's wild.
Yeah.
And half the stories in this book of people who come in to see him have no idea that they even have A, trapped emotion, and B, what it is. And he can ask their body to respond to get them to the root of that. It just blows your mind. I recommend that book to everyone. It is so good. Yeah,
it's wild because it just seems like such a weird concept, doesn't it?
It's bizarre.
And I think that's just because of our Western culture. I mean, in my mind, I want to see some evidence for that. I want to see where the trapped emotion is or whatever. Does he probably doesn't provide that, does he?
What do you mean?
Well, he probably doesn't talk about like the evidence of having a trapped emotion.
Well, evidence as far as like knowing when it's gone?
Well, I guess the evidence would be his healing people with certain issues, and then all of a sudden that issue is no longer there just by doing something emotional, right?
Right. And there's so many examples he gives in that book of his patients he's seen over the years, people he helps. I mean, some people go in there with severe problems and leave like their life has been completely changed. It's just gone. It's wild. Because
he works with people with cancer and just anything, right?
Anything.
Yeah.
It's wild. I can't say enough about how much that book is changing the way I think about things and how we're wired. And
yeah, it's weird.
And then you start wondering in your own brain, like, is this a real problem or is this emotional? Yeah. It's hard to be able to really figure out, because half the people that go in there, I mean, sure, more than half, probably 90% of the people he saw would go in there and he would do muscle testing on them to find out what the trapped emotion is. So he was basically asking their body to respond, which is wild. I mean, when have you ever done that? Usually you ask a person something and they respond.
Right.
Well, this is taking yourself completely out of the situation and having your body reply.
Gosh,
and I'll ask a series of questions to get down to the root of the emotion. I mean, and some things are wild. You know, something is as crazy as somebody saw something disturbing on TV when they were 10 and it never got out of their brain, and that's caused fear or panic or these trapped emotions that they had no idea. And they'll get to the root of it and they'll be like, yeah, they'll trace it all the way back by him asking the body a series of questions and them responding. It's crazy.
That's wild. Yeah, I'm beginning to think that, I know we've talked about this, but I'm beginning to think that health and being on this earth to do what God wants you to do, and being healthy is a result of energetic and emotional issues, not even food.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Starting to think that way too.
We're talking with, I don't know if you heard this show with, it's pretty early on in our beginning. What was his name? Dr. Bob Marshall.
Oh, yeah.
And he talks about the body being a plasma energy field. And there's this literal energy field that I think emanates, Dr. Nelson talks about this, right? It emanates, I think, like 10 to 15 feet off of any person. It's like that Kirlian photography thing. Right,
which he does go over in the book. It's wild.
Oh, tell me about that thing that you're showing me where they cut the plant or the leaf in half.
Yeah, in this book, there's a picture of, how do you say that photography?
I don't know. I think it's Kirlian.
Some kind of crazy.
Yeah.
He did I don't know if it was him or somebody did an experiment with a leaf where they cut off the leaf. So it was basically missing its whole tip. And then they took a photo in that way of the leaf. And in the photo that they developed, it still showed the leaf as a whole. It was wild. Like the whole leaf was still intact in the photo. You could see the line where it had been cut off, but the tip was still showing under the, I don't know if it's I don't know what kind of photography that is, but it's wild.
Well, that's just, so was his point that there's energetics around the body that's there, even if the body's not there? Like if you cut someone's arm off?
I would think that. That's what I got out of it. But I mean, I read that a couple chapters ago and there's so much information.
Yeah.
I would think that though, because I think that's true when people say they have phantom, feelings when they lose a limb.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's something to that, I think, more than we, some energetic thing going on that's deeper than we even know.
Well, what about all those studies they have done with, I think, The Secret Life of Plants? It's in those books where he talks about how the plants can anticipate someone with a pair of scissors coming to cut them.
Oh,
and
that's sad.
But isn't that wild?
Well, that is wild. I've never even heard of such a thing until you mentioned that a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's like, how does the plant anticipate something that's going to happen in the future? But they've done all these studies, and they monitor and test these things with the plant.
Who are these people that come up with these tests? It blows your mind.
I know. Can I get that job? Can I work?
Yeah.
Can I work there? Whatever you're doing with that plant, I can do that.
That technology, though, to be even able to come up with that, it's crazy.
Yeah, and how they can measure that. But it's all in that book. I think it's The Secret Life of Plants, and it's really wild. There's a guest that was talking about that kind of stuff too. Crazy, huh?
That's wild.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that, you and I have talked about this, that our health issues are more emotional and energetic than, I mean, the food is good. You have to have the good food, and you have to have, obviously have to work out and move your body and be physical.
Right.
But all those things are dealing with life on a physical level, and we know that we are not physical,
Right. Well, I always think of that situation where in the last, 2 years, I've had 3 different health professionals say that I'm the happiest angry person they've ever met.
Oh, yeah.
At first, when the first person said it to me, I think it was the lady we went to for a colonic. She goes, "Man, you're a very happy, angry person. You might be the happiest, angry person I've ever met." Do you remember that? Yeah.
Did she say that as a result of just pressing on your liver or something?
That was because my liver. Yeah. And then I had an acupuncturist and also a naturopath tell me that I'm, I guess, a very angry person. And I thought, well, these people don't know what they're talking about. But the more and more I started having issues with my liver, gallbladder area, and the fact that you're, basically if you have issues in those areas, it always goes along with the correlating emotion of anger. I thought, wow, you're right. Some of this probably is more emotional settling in my physical body than just a physical problem, to be honest. Like, that was the first eye-opener I had, and I thought that was wild.
That's so weird. It's so weird because, like, you know how in yoga they say your issues are in the tissues,
right,
and also like different organs hold different emotions. So it's interesting when you go, someone cuts you off, or you get really upset on the road, or something really traumatic happens to you, or someone calls you up and tells you, oh, so and so passed away, or something. You immediately feel this like gut wrenching feeling in your stomach, and it's just interesting that. According to all of this, that each organ holds a different emotion.
Yep.
And no wonder why you could eat the perfect diet and have a really poor mental outlook on life and a negative outlook and
still get cancer.
Traumatic. Yeah.
Right.
It just, there's.
Well, I think it shows the power of the mind, because of the stories, like a guy being in prison, for example, for 5 or 10 years. And all he does is visualize himself playing golf. And he goes so deep inside his brain that when he comes out, he is that golfer. You've read stuff like that before, right? Yeah. So it just shows I think that all just so works together in ways that we can't even imagine how.
Yeah.
But the power of the mind to visualize, let alone have emotions settle in it, it's just wild.
Yeah, because we don't think of, something traumatic that happened as a child, actually taking a physical residence and just being in like your liver or your gallbladder your whole life. It's just crazy.
This is crazy stuff. I mean, it's eye-opening for me. Some people just wouldn't even believe it. But man, you can't argue when you read a book like Bradley Nelson's The Emotion Code. It's just, there's so much scientific backing behind it. Like, you'd be an idiot not to be open to that reality, honestly. Well,
I think the reason why people are just closed off to it is our Western thing. I remember something you said to me made so much sense a while back. Something about, what's that book called? Brave New World.
Oh, Brave New World.
Where everyone's treated as a robot. And I'm not sure if you said this, or I may have heard Daniel Vitalis say this. I'm not sure who said it. But anyway, it was the whole idea of how in our Western world, because of that, everyone in our Western world, we treat the body like a mechanistic thing. And I think that's the reason why we don't think that any of this stuff is real. The emotions can be stored in your body, because our body is really just like a car engine. Right. And you can take gallbladders out, you can take livers out, and you can, if someone has a spot on their lung, you just take their lung out.
Right.
And we're just treated like this mechanistic thing. And I think that's why that we don't think the stuff like the emotion code is real,
Yeah, because it's not only physical, it's so emotional, so mental, so spiritual.
Yeah, it all
goes together.
So many layers to all of that.
Yeah.
So I'm reading Colon Health.
That sounds so exciting.
How's that for a segue?
That might be the best segue ever.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah,
I think you should use that at a family dinner. We talk about the weather. So I'm reading a book called Colon Health.
I'm loving this book called Colon Health.
I'm going to read it after you.
No, it's good. It's by Norman Walker, and people have talked a bit about him as living until he's like 115 or something. But he recommends a series of 6 colonics for the rest of your life, twice a year. And you go in there and you get a series of 6 colonics. I think he does 2 a week for 3 weeks every 6 months.
Wow.
That'd be pretty amazing.
Oh, I'd love it.
Yeah. That would be, and so he talks in there about how everyone's, every different organ and body part corresponds to the colon. So in the same way that each organ holds a certain emotion, each certain section of the colon corresponds to a different body part. So he was talking about like people with eye problems, can't see right. It's directly related to your colon. People with hearing you would never think a hearing problem is related to your colon. And he was talking about this crazy thing about, I didn't tell you this yet, about people that get their tonsils out. Have you heard?
No.
Do you still have your tonsils?
Do you?
I don't think so.
Ooh.
But it's amazing. Like, he goes on for pages, for probably like 3 or 4 pages, about all the side effects of what happens when people get their tonsils removed.
Serious?
It's amazing.
Do you know like what kind of stuff?
Yeah, a lot. It was depression.
What?
I think sexual issues, lack of drive. What else were they? Trying to think. All of these things. Weight issues.
Huh.
All
Tonsils.
From your tonsils. And I always think, like, you know, why do they take your appendix out, your tonsils out? But I was reading last night all about the appendix and how...
Yeah, what does that do?
How important that is. I forget. It has some tight relationship with the liver gallbladder, I think. But you remove that and you start having all these other issues. And people have their appendix taken out. They have their tonsils taken out. They have their gallbladder.
Wisdom teeth.
Wisdom teeth. And you know people that have had their gallbladder taken out.
Oh, yeah. A lot recently.
Crazy.
And you know what the crazy part is these people I specifically know, I'll tell them that I've had gallbladder issues lately, and they'll be like, oh, well, you should go get it out. And I say, no, I'm doing everything I can do naturally. Because, I mean, I'm doing pretty well since I haven't had an issue in months now. And I'll tell them just a few things, like 5 things I've been doing or taking, so easy. And they will be like, oh, that's too much work.
Yeah, you said.
I'd just rather have my gallbladder out. That sounds so like, that's just too much. I'm like, they'd rather get an organ cut out of their body that they need. You need that. You need it. It's not an extra organ. God didn't just throw an extra organ in your body.
Yeah, same with the tonsils and appendix, right?
It blows your mind. And I'm talking about like supplements. How hard is it to swallow 5 pills a day and do a liver gall flush? Like, it blows my mind.
Yeah, it's amazing. It
blows my mind.
It's amazing how quick we are to just want to go get surgery or whatever. You know?
Wow. The world is a crazy place.
Yeah, it's so man. And to not want to invest in your health like that is crazy. I don't get it. But like, I think it goes back again to the whole mechanistic thing. Like,
I do too.
You know, what if there weren't medical doctors in an allopathic system that could have the skills to do that? So then all of a sudden, oh no, now I have to figure out how to deal with this problem because I can't rely on a medical doctor to take care of me. Right. You know? Well,
I think that's why back in the day, I mean, they had what were called like witch doctors. I bet these people were just tuned on to how you could heal naturally, and people thought it was so amazing and so miraculous, but they just actually got how the world and the body all work together. Yeah. The powers, the energies. And it was in the early 1900s that the Rockefellers set up the allopathic medical model. And shocking. And and then that won out over the holistic and homeopathic side. And then since they had the kind of the floor, they were able to kind of demonize and kind of discredit the whole alternative healing. Wow. You know, and so that's why people go to chemotherapy first before they try natural methods for cancer. But it's really, if you do that, in my opinion, you're really shooting yourself in the foot, because you should really go the other direction first, and if natural doesn't work, then do chemotherapy. Right. You know, or I mean, I wouldn't even do that, but yeah, I don't think I would either. Yeah, it's crazy. So this was the end of our show. You know, we went for 1 hour and 8 minutes. Wow, time stands still in this office, doesn't it? In our palatial studios. Our palatial studios. No, this is really fun. This is cool, huh? I like. So we're going to try to do these once a week. Yes, sir. And go over the previous week's guests and answer listener questions. Cool. And what else? Just talk about different things we're trying and different things we're doing. That'd be cool. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Stoked. I liked the show that I was doing by myself, but I found it was just, I mean, I will still do it and like it, but it's a lot of talking for one person. Yeah, you realize an hour is quite a bit of talking. It's a long time. Yeah. Yeah. I just feel like this is a little more natural. I'm glad. This is fun. All right. So thank you, everyone, for joining us here on this edition of Extreme Health Radio. This is extremehealthradio.com/72. So if you're interested in any of the links that we talked about on this page, or you can go to that page and check out those links. And again, if you want to support our work, you can do it at Amazon.com. Actually, go to extremehealthradio.com/Amazon, and then we'll get a little commission for your order. And we also have a great mailing list.
going on. We got hundreds of people on there, and we email about once a week. What are some other ways? Facebook. Love Facebook. People, you can follow us on there and like us if you like, extremehealthradio.com/Facebook. And we also have a store with about 75 different products on there.
Awesome products.
Yeah, good stuff. The sauna's on there, the Ejuva Cleanse. Mm-hmm. What else? The Bellicon Rebounder. We sell the Vitamix.
Oh, right.
The pregnancy courses. We got to get back to watching or listening to those.
Right.
The pregnancy courses every night.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah.
Protein powders.
We have the protein powders. Yeah, the One World Whey and the Sun Warrior. Mm-hmm. We sell those, and Mountain Rose Herbs. We got tons of stuff. So if you're ever a regular purchaser of those products, go through our website, and that'll help support our work. And
please.
Yeah, keep the website free for everybody. And what else? Oh, people can donate if they want to donate.
Oh, we would love donations. They're always nice.
Yeah, did you want to give a shout out?
Yeah, I'm going to send a shout out, if I can say that.
Shout out. Yeah.
To our friend Marcel in Canada. What an awesome guy. And his email meant a lot to us, as well as his donation. It is people like you, Marcel, that make this possible right now.
Yeah.
And this microphone is such a blessing, and you are a huge part of getting us there. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and any donations we've received. I mean, it's just been a huge blessing so that we're able to keep this going, and I'm excited to be a part of it, and hopefully be able to get out of my salon job a little bit more and invest more in my health too. So thank you.
It's really cool. And we've had a couple other really big donations from people. So we want to thank everyone for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's just so cool. And we just feel so blessed to be able to do this show and help you guys out. So if you ever have any questions for us, you can email them to me, Justin at extremehealthradio.com, and I would love to help you out and in any way I possibly can.
Awesome.
Good stuff. All right, I think we're going to close out, and next week we're going to be on again.
Yes, we are, on a non-St. Patrick's Day. Well, let's go make some green water. Green juice.
We'll put spirulina in it.
Let's do spirulina juice. That's what we got to go do.
We'll just paint our bodies with spirulina. You know, David Wolf talked about that, how you can combine spirulina with coconut oil.
No.
And make like a natural sunscreen.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you green?
You're green. That's the problem. You're like a creature from the Blue Lagoon walking out of the water.
That's awesome.
You know, you walk up to a lifeguard, you're just like scales all over you, and you're green.
Oh man, we're never going to run out of things to talk about.
No.
Can't wait for next week.
All right. So thanks everybody for joining us. It's time for us to go. We're going to go